What is going on, guys? This is Apple Tech 752, and in this video I'm going to show you how to completely bypass iCloud activation lock on the iPhone 5. This method is exclusive to the iPhone 5 and currently does not support the 4S, the 5C, or the 5S, but I will definitely update the description if there is any support added for those devices. So keep watch on the description, and if it changes, that means they're supported, but for now it's only the 5. Anyways, before we begin, I just want to give a huge shout out to Alexander. He was the one who discovered this, so please do me a favor and go follow him because he needs more followers. One more quick note, this bypass is a slightly more complicated tutorial than the check-in bypass, so I would highly recommend that you do this when you have time to sit down in front of your computer and focus on everything, because it involves a lot of code and entering terminal commands, and so if you make a mistake, it's not actually going to go through. So I would dedicate at least an hour to figuring this out because you're probably going to need it. Anyways, without much further ado, let's get started. So as you'll notice, I'm on a Windows PC. This is a combined Windows and Mac tutorial. You can do it all on a Mac if you use iTunes. It is not possible to do it all on a Windows. However, I think Windows and Mac together are better because in this case we're going to be using 3utools, which is right now a program that's much more reliable than iTunes for restoring devices, which is the first step to this tutorial. So all you have to do is head over to 3u.com and click on the download button, and then you will get a utility called 3utools on your desktop. Now go ahead and double click that and allow, and you should see a screen like this pop up. It may say your device is connected or something like that. All you need to do is click on Flash and Jailbreak and then Easy Flash, and down at the very bottom where it asks for the modes, you just say Quick Flash mode, and there are two IPSWs up here, 10.3.4 and 10.3.3. These are the signed IPSWs. I'm using 10.3.4 because it's the latest version. So once you've selected that, just click on Flash and click Flash. And this is basically going to restore the device to the latest version, just like iTunes would. And the reason we need to do this is to utilize a USB exploit in the restore process, which is going to allow us to put the device into DFU mode before it actually completes the on-device restore. And this is going to be crucial to the exploitation we're going to do for the actual iCLOUD bypass. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video, and I will be back when the restore is almost finished. Alright, so the restore is almost finished, and I'm going to explain now what we're going to do next, which is hands down the hardest part of the entire tutorial. So if you can do this step, then the rest of the tutorial is going to seem pretty easy. What we're going to have to do is get this device into DFU mode immediately after the restore finishes. So we can't let any time pass by. We can't let the on-device progress bar go by. We have to instantly get it in DFU when the restore finishes. And last time it took me about 30 tries. I actually had to stop the video and go off camera, and I'm filming it again because it took so long. But it may take one try, it may take 30 tries, you never really know. You're just gonna have to follow these steps, which are hold the power for 3 seconds, then continue holding the power and home, and then let go of the power button and keep holding the home button. And I'm gonna show you how I'll do it as soon as the device finishes right here. All right, instantly it finished. 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And oh my gosh, guys, we actually made it into DFU the very first time. So tips for this, do not disconnect your device. Last time I disconnected it and it went into this crazy massive boot loop and took me like 30 tries to get the DFU. So leave it connected, hold the power button for like 3 seconds, and then continue holding power and home for like 5, and don't wait for the Apple logo or anything. After 5 seconds of holding home and power, just let go of the power button and keep holding the home for like 10 seconds, and your computer should make a little like doo-doo to let you know that the device is in DFU mode. So we are now in DFU mode, guys. I'm gonna hop on my Mac and show you that I'm gonna disconnect the device from my PC and plug it into my Mac, so you know there's no BS, it's all legit, and then I'll be back on Mac OS. All right, I'm just gonna show you right now that I have the device over here in DFU mode. We've got a really long cord down here into the PC. It's plugged in behind, so I'm just gonna disconnect it from here and head over to my Mac. There's a USB port right on the side, and I'm gonna plug it into my Mac. And if you actually are in DFU mode like we are right now, then the device should stay in DFU mode and not boot up or anything. And if that's the case, then that's a good sign. I'll be back. All right, I'm back on my Mac, and we're gonna continue with this iPhone 5 iCloud bypass. So the first thing we're gonna do on our Mac is download this package called AppleTech752, all one word. It will be available from my website. So just open up a browser and head over to appletech752.com and click on the downloads page. And I haven't actually gotten around to uploading it yet, but it will be right over here as soon as this video is published. Once you've gotten that download, put it on your desktop, and we're gonna open up a terminal window. All right, here we go. So now we're going to open up the package, and there should be an instructions file in here. Go ahead and open this with text edit. And these are the commands you're going to need for my bypass. So to get started, we're gonna copy the first one right here, command copy, and command paste. And I'm going to insert my username right here, appletech752/, and now let's copy the rest of the command right here. And then just go ahead and click enter. And as you can see, we are now in the exploit part of the package right here, this folder here. So once you've done that, all you have to do is type /ipondfu and then -p after that. And just like this, our device is now in pwn-dfu mode. So we're gonna just continue with all the commands here, very similar to the check rain method. We're gonna be copying and pasting some commands into the terminal just to do a bunch of file transfers and operations on the device. So the next thing is this command right here, which is /ipondfu-l. And now we're gonna click space, and you can't actually copy and paste this part. What we're gonna have to do is go into the loader folder right here, and in the loader folder we have a bunch of different files here. The one we're looking for is the one it says in the instructions, IBSS. So go ahead and select IBSS and then drag it into the terminal window and click enter. And it should say done with a nice exclamation point letting us know we were successful. So let's move on to the next one. We've got ./irecovery-f. Now enter a space again, and this time we're going to use ibec from the loader folder. So drag ibec into the terminal and click enter. And it gave us a nice little scrolling indicator that ibec is complete. And it's really hard to see right now on the camera, but the device actually at this point will have moved from a totally black screen to a like slightly lit up blackish blue screen that lets you know that stuff is going on basically. So if you see that, then you know we're good so far. The next thing we're gonna do is this command right here. This is actually another version of iRecovery. We have two iRecoveries in here. This is basically gonna open up a shell. And as you can see, no failure counts right here. If you do get a failure count, it doesn't mean anything, you should be fine. But we basically have a shell right here, so we're gonna just continue with the commands. So this time I'm not gonna bother copying and pasting because they're very simple. You're just gonna say /send space, and this time we're going to use the device tree. This is coming directly from the instructions. We have device tree right here. So go into the loader, drag the device tree into the terminal, and click enter. And it should say successfully uploaded. Now we actually have to execute the device tree. So to do that, we just have to type device tree. It's literally that simple. And click enter, and then it loads it. So let's just continue. We've got another /send, and this time we're going to do the RAM disk. So as you can see, it says drag and drop here. So let's go ahead and drag and drop the RAM disk in here and click enter. And this one is a much bigger file, so it's going to actually give you the structure of the file, the bytes and everything. So once that's done, we're going to actually execute it just like we did with the device tree by just typing in RAM disk and clicking enter. And there we go, it loaded the RAM disk. Now we have one more file to send to the device, so do /send, and then this last one in here that we have not done yet is kernel cache. So go ahead and drag and drop the kernel cache, and it says successfully loaded. And once we are all done with that, what we're going to do is type bootx. So bootx, all lowercase. And just like this, we'll see some nice verbose booting on the screen. And here we have a custom loader right here. This is not the iOS restore process indicator. It's something totally different. So now we're going to get started with a method that is almost exactly the same as the checkra method. I'm sure many of you are super familiar at this point. We're going to be using the Python launcher. So go ahead and head over back to the tool, to the Python folder, double click it, and the file tcp relay.py is the one we're going to be using. So go ahead and open with Python launcher. This is literally the exact same thing we did for the checkra bypass. And it should open up one window right here because we're already using the second one. So go ahead and close the preferences, and now copy this command right here. It's almost the same as the checkra one, but slightly different. So just go ahead and use the one I provided. Click enter. And once you're done with that, we're going to do shell in the terminal menu bar, new window, and new profile basic. And just like this, we have a brand new fresh terminal window to work with. And now we're going to copy this next command right here. All of this is in the instructions step by step, so you can just copy and paste. Here we go, paste it in, click enter. And I'm so glad this happened because so many of you were asking about this. The remote host identification has changed, and I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it right now. So we have to go to Finder and go to folder. And in here, we're going to type in /SSH. Sorry, it's /.ssh. And just like this, we have a known host file. So go ahead and open it with TextEdit and delete everything in there and save it. And now we should be all good to go. So just like that, we're going to actually close out of here and close out of the Python TCP relay. We're basically going to start over. This is what you have to do if your host has an issue. So we're not starting all the way over, don't worry. We're just going to start over with the Python launcher step. So go ahead and open the AppleTech 752, Python TCP relay, open with Python launcher. And just like this, we're going to copy the command one more time, the TCP relay command, copy it, paste it in, and it's forwarding the data. So go to shell, new window, new basic window, and now when we paste this code, it should work just fine. And when it asks about the authenticity, just say yes, all lowercase. And the password I'm going to put up on the screen right now, it's Alpine. Now click enter. And it's going to give us some information right here, but don't be fooled by any of this. We're just going to continue doing exactly what we always do, just typing in commands. So let's type in this one right here. Copy, paste. And if you get that, you'll know you're all set. So just go to the next one, copy it, and paste it right in there. And now we have successfully deleted setup.app right here. Setup is gone from the phone, so all we have to do is reboot it. And in order to do that, we say reboot back. I mean, I guess it makes sense, rebooting back to a state with no iCloud. So click enter, and the connection is going to be closed, and our device is going to now boot up to a state with absolutely no iCloud activation lock. All right, it just made the buzzing sound, and let's see, boom, just like this, guys, we are iCloud bypassed. No more iCloud. You guys saw that activation lock earlier. It is no longer there. So this device is going to be basically the same as a check rating device. So you're going to have to use all the tricks that we know for signing into iCloud. You can do that with another account through Filesa. You can also, you will be able to fix calling and texting very soon, because I'm going to be pushing out a fix for that this coming week on Monday and Tuesday. And if you want to take a screenshot, then we also have a fix for that, a new video. And yeah, we're going to have lots more tutorials for how to add functionality for your bypass devices. But we can just go ahead and disconnect it, and we now have a fully iCloud bypassed iPhone 5 right here. So if you guys like the video, then please leave a huge thumbs up and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Me and Apple Demo are collaborating on this series for check rating and iCloud bypass just in general. And we're going to continue bringing the best content out there, and hope you guys